Welcome everybody, I'm Jamie Shahan, owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths. I create beautifully handcrafted wreaths for all of the holidays and all of the seasons. So tonight we're going to be making a St. Patrick's Day wreath. Hey Jane, hey Suzanne. So this is the sign for the St. Patrick's Day wreath. I got this at Hobby Lobby last year and then just never made the wreath, so we're going to be making it this year. I told you guys that the evergreen bases you can use for all seasons. You can use them for spring, summer, winter, Christmas, fall, it doesn't matter. So we're going to use it for St. Patrick's Day. So the mesh that I've got to use is this 10-inch mesh. So y'all, if any of you have watched any of my videos, you know that I got some mesh that is very similar to this, or it's exactly like this, only it's black and white from Hobby Lobby, and it is called a ribbon mesh, and I absolutely loved it. Well, they now have this in their everyday section by the ribbon and all of their other everyday mesh, and it was in the green, so I thought it was perfect for this wreath. So I love this mesh, and get on out to your Hobby Lobby when they have their 50% off sale and snatch some of these up because you won't regret it. And then I've got some of this burlap mesh that's got the foil lime green stripe through it. So y'all, I got lucky today. Here's another tip for you. Check out all of your flea markets. So I went to a flea market today and I hit the mother lode. They had lots and lots of these for only $3 a piece. I found some 21-inch mesh for $2 a piece. I think I got 12 of those. And I probably got 5 or 6 of these for $2 and $3 a piece. I found ribbon for $2 a roll unopened. So y'all, your second tip of the night is check out your flea markets. So the ribbon that we're going to be using tonight this is a Christmas ribbon, believe it or not, but I think it's going to be perfect for this St. Patrick's Day ribbon or wreath. I'm going to pair that with this 2.5-inch burlap. So y'all, this burlap ribbon frays quite a bit, and I put the no fray on the end of it, and I don't think that it's going to dry clear. I think it's going to stay this dark version, which I do not like at all. So what I may end up doing is coming back and folding that edge under if that part does not dry clearer than it is now. I'll give it 24 hours and we'll see how it is in 24 hours. Here's the second 2.5-inch ribbon that I got. I got this from Deco Exchange. I think it's adorable. And I also got this from Deco Exchange. It's a 1.5-inch ribbon that I'm going to pair with those. So I had these 3 ribbons for sure, and I didn't know what I was going to pair it with. And then I found this one, and it didn't really look good. I oftentimes will do opposites. So if I have a 1.5 and a 2.5-inch ribbon that are very similar, I will take the 1.5-inch and put it over with the other 2.5 that I chose, and vice versa. But this ribbon does not look good with this here, with the whatever this is. I'm having a brain fart, y'all. Help me out. Good Lord, the 4-leaf clover. So I'm going to go ahead and just pair it with this burlap, and I think it looks great with that. Y'all, menopause. Menopause brain is a real thing. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take, we're going to be doing the Woodland Ruffle. And so I've cut all of my mesh, my 2 different styles, and I've cut them to 30 inches. So I'm going to move them to the side, and hopefully they won't push any buttons on my laptop here that I'm sitting them on. Hey Susan, girl, thank you for joining us. All right, so let's get going. And if my light really goes dark, y'all, you'll know what's happened. Uh-oh, now it's getting brighter. Oh, Lord. Lord help us. Let's see if we can just hurry up and get through this before it goes out altogether. So these are cut at 30 inches. We're going to be doing the Woodland Ruffle. Got my clothespin here. Go away, Jack. Got my dog, of course. So the Woodland Ruffle, like I've told y'all before, is the purpose of the Woodland Ruffle is to really get rid of these edges. So you get a really fluffy bow or ribbon. But the purpose of it is to roll these naked edges inside so that they don't unravel. So you give it a couple of good rolls, and I just put a clothespin on mine, and turn it around and give the other side a couple of good rolls. Once you get it, you're sure that your raw edges are inside that curl, then just start scrunching it up. And that is a Woodland Ruffle. So I'm going to put 10 on the bottom, and we're going to put 8 on the top. So on an evergreen base, just start anywhere you want. So I thought of a new way to count them out, and I'm going to try that tonight to see if I can get them evenly spaced. Hey, Pam. Welcome. Jane's on here. So y'all, Jane and Pam are two girls that I went to high school with. You girls, welcome. I appreciate you joining. So start your roll. I need something to hold this other than this heavy. Let me see if I can find something, you guys. I'll just take this pair of scissors. That's better. So start your roll, flip it around. Start your roll, and then start squishing it together. This is really thick, thicker than I realized. So I'm going to put 2 together here, and then I'm going to, this is going to be my new method. Sometimes when you don't measure this out, and then you just start running these ruffles around the bottom, because you haven't measured out exactly where you're going to put it, then you sometimes end up with a space or not enough room to finish off however many you wanted to put it. So this time around, I'm going to try something a little bit differently. Hey, Tina from Michigan. Welcome. So give it a couple of rolls, and let's scrunch it together. Well, Tina, are you talking about the one that I'm doing right now? This one? So I'm going to completely flip this around to the opposite side. This is going to help me ensure that I get these evenly spaced without having to measure it out. So these are measured out to 30 inches, and I'm doing the Woodland Ruffle. In hindsight, this mesh is really thick. Okay, so the buffalo check mesh I got from Hobby Lobby. And if you've ever, Tina, I don't know if you've ever joined before in on these lives, but I found this deco mesh in the seasonal department during the fall at Hobby Lobby, and it was a black and white buffalo check, and I absolutely fell in love with it because it is a ribbon mesh. I've never worked with a ribbon mesh before, and I thought it was just fabulous. So bought all I could buy. Hobby Lobby tends to repeat itself, and so it will probably bring that mesh back again next year. Well, this year, and it was in the holiday section. It wasn't in the everyday section. Well, the other day I was at Hobby Lobby, and I went to their everyday mesh section, and there is that green ribbon mesh that is exactly like the black and white holiday mesh that they had. So what I'm telling you is, I guess they had a lot of people liking it. So they've brought it on board. Hopefully they'll bring other colors on board too in their everyday section. Okay, so what I've done, y'all, I've got 2 on each side in opposite corners. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 3 more in here. And then that will be my 10. So putting these on each side helps me visualize that I now need to put 3 in here. So before, I would just start at one side and I would just go all the way around. And sometimes I ended up with too much or too little space by the time I got to the end of it. So today I thought I would try it this way and let's see how it works out as far as the spacing goes. So my 10-inch mesh is cut to 30 inches in length. And I got sidetracked on my story, y'all. So they're 30 inches in length, but because this mesh is so thick and it's really good mesh, I think I could have gotten away with not as long a cuts. Y'all, my dog is here beside me and he's my dog Jack. If anybody's watched me a time or two, you know I got a crafting dog. His name is Jack. And he is our adopted dog. And I can't do anything without this dog. And he's like nose to nose with me right now. And it never fails. As soon as I start to do a lot, he wants something. Just like he's crying right now. All right, so I'm going to put this one right here. And now I've got enough room for just one more, and it's almost perfect. So you can go to Hobby Lobby and get this green and tan mesh. Not this one, but the buffalo check one. Because it is in their everyday section, which I was so glad to see. Well, go downstairs, Jack. Go on. Oh my goodness. My dog is laying on top of my mesh rolls that I've got down here at my feet. Dog. Get up, buddy. Get up. You can't lay on that. Get up, buddy. Come on. Come on, get up. Get up. Okay, now lay down. Sorry. This dog. All right, so now I'm going to go to the other side. I need to get 3 here. Yes, this is a 24-inch evergreen pine base that I got at Hobby Lobby at the end of the year sale. When they went on sale, I went and stocked up on them. Evergreen are difficult to get during the off season when it's not Christmas or winter. I think you can get them. I really haven't looked for them that much, but I have been told that they are difficult to find in the off season. So if you've got them, or if you've got some still available, then snatch them up. So I like the other wreath bases as well. But on sale, this 50% off, this wreath base was $5. Well, that is just a little bit cheaper than the 15-inch elevated work wreath form that you get from your online source. He does want his attention. He wants my attention. He wants y'all's attention, probably. But it never fails. As soon as I start teaching, then he wants to go outside or he wants to go downstairs and eat dinner. When it gets dark outside, he thinks he needs to go run the perimeter of the yard and then come back in and go to bed. Oh, Jennifer, that was a good buy. $3.99. Yeah. I'm starting to really like working with the evergreen because I don't have to really worry about coverage. I don't have to worry about being able to see the frame underneath. All right, so I got to put one more here. So because I did it this way, I'm going to switch this one out here. Because I counted them off this way, I've got two identical right next to each other. I don't know that I'm going to be able to fix that. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just move this down. You got a good buy, Jennifer. The thing about this mesh too is it's really sticky. The edges, the cut edges on this end, well, and on this end too, obviously, they really stick to each other. So what have y'all been working on? Spring, Easter, Mardi Gras. Okay, I'm going to redo this one. You won't regret it, Jennifer. You'll be happy. Just don't get too anal with counting out where you're going to place it. Just put 10 ties on the bottom and 8 ties on the top. Hey, Mickey. Y'all, Mickey's here if anybody wants a cup. She's the lady that joined us some time back and sells Yeti cups and stuff like that. We are, Mickey and I we're starting the keto diet at the same time. Well, she and her husband have already started. I'm starting mine tomorrow. We've been chit-chatting back and forth with that. Mickey, Jane, Gossett, Studelberg, and Pam Johnson were on here a minute ago. They might still be on here. Summer, Elaine, you are kicking butt and being ahead. That's good. You're doing summer. 2 days in, Mickey said. All right, so we're going to go up to the top row. So I think I'm going to try to start right here on top of this this one, the buffalo plaid, with this shimmery one. Boy, it is really sticking to itself. So roll those edges under. Yeah, I think if I had to do this over again, I would not cut these 30 inches long. So if y'all go to Hobby Lobby, and this is ribbon mesh. The ribbon mesh offers more coverage. So if you get this ribbon mesh from Hobby Lobby, don't cut this 30 inches. It is really sticking to itself. I would probably cut this about 20 inches even. Oh, good, Suzanne. Y'all, Suzanne in Canada found a wholesaler in Ontario that had 50% off on all their Christmas stuff. She has a hard time finding product. I don't know, just finding product in general or finding product at a reasonable rate. Which one is it, Suzanne? That's awesome. Yeah, remember, when you find Christmas stuff on sale, like I could use green ornaments with this wreath here. Your red ornaments you could use for Valentine's Day. Your red ornaments you could use for summer wreaths for when you're doing a red ladybug wreath. Yeah, both, she said. She has a hard time finding product in general and getting a good rate on it. Hey, Sue. Thank you for joining. Y'all, Sue is in a couple of groups with me. And she has her own business too. She does some gorgeous grapevine wreaths. If you want to learn how to do some grapevine wreaths, Hallie Sue. She goes by Sue. She does some great stuff. I'm getting into grapevine wreaths as well. I love the classy look of a grapevine. But I am relatively new to grapevines. Hallie Sue is wonderful with them. Oop, that will not stay up there. There we go. Wow, that's awesome. Zoom call and go through her warehouse. Is she close to you or far away, Suzanne? And you're Zoom calling because of COVID or just because it's too far away? I don't know which is what I'm asking. But y'all, if you want to learn grapevines, y'all check out Hallie Sue. I say Hallie Sue, who goes by Sue, because every time Hallie Sue, when I see your name pop up, I have to read the whole thing, and then I think, oh man, she goes by Sue. Why can't I just remember to call her Sue? Well, this is really sticking to itself. So you can see right here how this is already starting to fray. That's what it does. So when you can do the Woodland Ruffle and get it tucked in there really good. Yeah, Sue, I love deco mesh. But they're, you know, to cater to all of your people, you really got to offer a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything, a bunch of varying price points. So that's my goal. So it was a little bit of both then, Suzanne, right? Too far away and COVID. All right, two more, and then I'll show y'all what we're going to be doing. We're doing something just a little bit different tonight. And we'll get right to that here in just a second. So I went to the flea market today to try to find a door. So we went to, actually, my husband and I went to Home Depot the other day. I want to buy an exterior door, and I want to paint it and put it in my new craft room in an area where I can hang my wreaths and turn on the fake lights and take my pictures, because the sunlight right now is not so good. Well, I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to find a good price for a door because they're brand new. I didn't realize they were going to be $150 and up. So we went to the flea market today to try to find a used door. We struck out, but I did not strike out. I found some good deals on all of this mesh. Couldn't believe it. I walked right by it. My husband said, did you see this? Guess I'm getting him trained already. I didn't even realize it. All right, this is the last one. Okay. That looks pretty good. It's nice and full. I like it. So I think what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the sign this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 bows over here and the sign on the opposite side. And I'm going to do, I've already got some bows made, but we'll make 1 bow together. I've got a bigger bow that I'm going to put even with this sign. And then I'm going to make another bow. So I'll have 2 smaller ones, one there and one down here at the bottom. So I think the first thing we'll do is we will put the sign on. So this is a metal sign. So I'm going to take this green wire. Let's see, this is 22 gauge. And I'm just going to get a good piece off here. I have not shopped at Sims Pottery, but there are lots of people who have shopped at Sims Pottery. Is that where you were talking about? Is that where you went? Or bought your stuff? So you can order from Sims Pottery online here, and I just haven't done that yet. There's not one close enough to me. All right, I'm just going to fold this in half and cut it so that I've got 2 equal pieces. I'm going to put the holes for the sign on the top and the bottom. And I have a beadsmith tool. It's basically a hole punch for metal. So I'm just going to put a hole in the bottom and a hole in the top. All right, it already has a little hole here, so we'll use that. It came with a few holes, but they just weren't in the right place. So just drop your wire through the hole, twist it off. My dog's back, y'all. Go downstairs, Jack. Hey, Karen. Karen, you drive to Sims. It's a pretty good drive for you, though, right? Is Sims, Karen, where you said, when you told me, come on down and we'll go together? Because if that's the same place, I need to take you up on that a year later, but yeah, Sims Pottery, I've heard, is a great place. I've never had the privilege of shopping there yet. All right, so we're going to put this on the side. Let me work this down through here. 3.5 hours from where you are. Well, let's see. It'd probably take me about 6 hours to get to you. And then we could leave out the next morning. Hallie Sue, how far away are you from a Sims? I mean, I can just order it online, but I think the reason I haven't so far is because of the shipping. All right, so I'm going to flip this over and tie this off. And where did that go to? Well, I'll just tie this one off first. There it is. So I'm just going to loosely attach this for now. Make sure I get it exactly where I want it. Yeah, come on, Suzanne. We'll go together to Sims. You just fly on in from Ontario. And we'll go. Yeah, I'm going to have to start saving. Get some cash in my savings account. Because I have a feeling I'll need deep pockets when I do go there. I mean, and if it's so far away, you got to make it worth the while, right? All right, so here's the ribbon or the bow that I made. I'm going to make another one of these, and I want this bow to be in the center part here. Hopefully I've got enough chenille stem to push it through to the other side. Yes, get COVID over, and then we just all need to get together. All right, let me loosely tie this one for now. Hey, Karen, I've seen you. She says she went for a few things, wink, wink, and had a couple buggies full. I've seen her come back with her truck loaded up. That was more than a few buggies on that occasion. All right, so I've got a smaller one I'm going to place up here at the top. I think I'll place it about here. Let's see, do I want it close or do I want it far? I think I'll do it a little bit farther over. Oh, y'all, you'll never guess what I did today. So I have been saying for months that I was going to create a place to store my ribbons, and my wreaths. And if anybody's interested, I will share with you how I did it. But what I did was I created a space using plumbing fixtures, and I hung it from the ceiling of my garage, and I've got about 40 wreaths hung out there, and they're above our heads so we can actually walk under them. It's awesome. All right, we're going to make a third bow. I saved one bow so that we could make it together. We're going to use the Easy Bow Maker. Don't go when it's hot. There's no air conditioning. You got to be kidding. That's nuts. That's crazy talk right there. Me and my hormonal self, no air conditioning, be hot flashing all over the place. So I'm going to do probably about 6-inch tails. And this is the smaller bow. So the first bow that I did had longer tails and about 6-inch loops. So this one's going to be about 5-inch. I have got to get myself a rubber mallet too that I can pound my dowels in, because they come loose just about every time I use it. Now, because I don't care for this ribbon as much as I do the others, it's fine. I just like the others so much better. I'm going to go ahead and put it in next, so that my other ribbon will be front and center. Just going to make these a little bit smaller than the ones before it. Now I know this is 1.5 inch, and I am going to be putting a 2.5 inch on top of it, but I don't care. It turned out great. So we're going to do it again. Leave the hubs at home. I don't know. He might like to get away. Come to the States. Do a little shopping. This one is just a touch shorter than the one before. Oh, it's about to fall out. I have hammered that thing in so many times, this dowel. It's not funny. I mean, I'm surprised. It's starting to break a little bit on the ends. But I need to get a rubber mallet. I don't know that gluing it would be the thing to do. That might be a big no-no. Y'all should see Karen Grisham make bows with this thing. She's a pro at it. She's my hero. All right, so I'm going to pull this up and twist it down. She makes some beautiful bows with that thing. And tie it off. So twist your bow and hold your twist ties tight in your hand. All right, let's put this aside and get this in our wreath. Let's fluff it up a little bit. Okay. I think I'm going to have to put some more points of attachment on this sign because it is a little bit too wobbly. It's only temporarily fixed there for right now. But I can already tell that I'm going to want to put more points of attachment. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put this in line with the bow up above it. Doesn't have to be perfect though. No big deal. Nobody's going to know if it's not. Let's tie this off. Most guys do love football. You're welcome, Karen. You guys check out Karen Grisham. She makes some beautiful bows and wreaths and spread the love, right? All right, so I think that looks pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back with my ribbon that I've cut. And I'm going to add it along the bottom. Well, I started out, Sue, with the Bow Dabra, and only recently have I started using the Easy Bow. So this sign is going to be in my way a little bit, but we'll make it work. Let's get this ribbon out of the way, the bolts of ribbon. Okay, here we go. So, and I don't have this all paired up, but let me just move it aside so we can get to it. All right, so we'll start with this one. So you put your 1.5 inch on top of your 2.5 inch. Just eyeball the center, scrunch it together, and fold it in a V. And then I puff out the tails to where they're kind of arched like bird's wings. Now I'm going to go into the place where I have attached the mesh and twist them in place there. Oh goodness, my dogs are getting protective of me. Go downstairs, Jack. Go downstairs. Hush. Sorry, y'all. He's talking to me. Go downstairs, buddy. Shh. Quiet, buddy. Oh, he's got his head in my lap, y'all. All right, you can just keep going around. Go away, buddy. Go downstairs. I'm going to have to start just locking this dog out. Putting him downstairs and just not letting him come upstairs at all. All right. Suzanne, you already checked her out? Oh, yeah. You're the computer whiz. She makes some beautiful stuff. They both do. Hallie Sue and Karen Gresham, they both make some beautiful stuff. I aspire to be like them. But myself, you know. All right, we're slowly but surely making our way around here. So I guess what I'll do right now is I'll just give you guys a recap of what we're doing. So obviously we're making a St. Patrick's Day wreath. I took an evergreen pine base, it's 24 inches, and fluffed it all up. And I took 2 colors of 10-inch deco mesh, and I cut them to 30 inches in length, but I discovered that they did not need to be 30 inches in length because the mesh was so thick that a smaller cut would have been sufficient. So if you go to Hobby Lobby and you buy that mesh from their everyday section, you don't need to cut it to 30 inches. You could get away with 20. So I did the Woodland Ruffle at each of the ties where I did 10 at the bottom and I did 8 at the top ring. And then I made 3 different bows, 2 that are small and 1 that's large. And I put it opposite of my sign. And now I'm taking 4 different styles of ribbon, cut to 12 inches in length, and they are dovetailed. And I've paired them, and now I'm putting them at each of the ties where I've tied in the mesh. I don't need to put the ribbon out at the top because I've got all the bows. Yes, Sue, thank you so much. I'm definitely developing my own style. But thank you for that. That was very sweet. Thank you, Karen. You're very sweet too. So once I get through with this bottom part, I've got more ribbon left over, and I will come back to the top or anywhere that needs a set of ribbon tails to fill in space or whatever, then I will cut some more and fill in. But I thought I would just start with the 10 on the bottom and do those ties and see how it looks. Thank you, Suzanne. Ooh, this mesh here is about to come out. All right, I got some mesh here that's come untwisted. We'll twist it and we'll start over. And then I've got some baubles to add to this. I found the pot of gold pots at Hobby Lobby. They're little plastic pots, and I put some stuff in them. I'll show you real quick. Some little pots. Oh, I got hot glue strings all over it. I thought that was really cute. They were empty, and then I found a little bag of these little decorative coins and 4-leaf clovers, 3-leaf clovers. So the pots are empty, like I just said. And what you could use these for, you could use these for Halloween too, as a witch's cauldron. So think about ways you can repurpose or use your stuff for other things. So we were talking about earlier, Suzanne, you got your Christmas at 50% off, at how you could reuse or use some of that stuff in different ways. So if you can find Christmas stuff that's not the red and green mixture, but is individual colors, those individual colors can be used throughout the year. All right, so let's see. I feel like I've missed some somewhere. There's 1, 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope. All right, so there's that. I do have a bunch of ribbon left over. I guess I did cut 18 after all. I thought I just cut 10. My plan was to just cut 10, but I cut 18. All right, so now I'm going to cut down some of these ribbons because this one right here is a little bit too tall. So we're going to dovetail. Make it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to wait on this. You know, I told you that these are, the no fray is not drying very well. So instead of dovetailing these, I may end up folding these over. So I'll wait till tomorrow on those. I am getting a pretty good following on my YouTube channel, which is awesome. It's actually quite fun to teach, you guys. I didn't think I would be that. I didn't think I would ever be the teacher, really. And I started doing it just so that I could try to get more business driven to my Etsy shop so I could make more sales. That was the whole purpose of getting into it. And I've discovered that I actually kind of like it. All right, so there's that one. That's really cute, you guys. Okay. That one is pretty long, but I think I might leave it. This one I'll cut a little. Because it's going to be coming up, and gravity is going to make it want to fold over if it is too long and lanky. So I'm gonna cut it just a little bit more. This one, I'm going to leave just a little bit of length to this one so that the green will carry over into where all this brown is. This is so cute, you guys. I am loving this. This is so cute. Well, so it's funny you should say that, Suzanne. Even coming on here today, I was a little nervous, but I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice that I listened to from a podcast. So I listened to a podcast, and the name of the lady, her name is Kathy, I think it's Kathy Heller, Heller. And I adore her. She is a songwriter who struggled for years. Not years, I don't know how long she struggled, but she struggled to make it in the industry, and she ended up finding a way where she could work for herself and do everything in the business and make a really good living at it. And she's turned into a coach for entrepreneurs on the internet. And so that's how I started listening to her, was because I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to make a go of this, and I want to make a good living at it and eventually quit my job. But one of the things that I learned just this past week, and this goes back to the nervous statement, you guys, you only need 20 seconds of being brave. You only need 20 seconds. And in that 20 seconds is when you push that button to go live. And then the rest will happen. You may mess up, you may not, but you only need 20 seconds of bravery. And so I think that is so good and so rich. If you are hesitant to do lives, you only need 20 seconds. Just 20 seconds to push that button. All right, so I'm going to need a few more ribbon tails here and maybe here. So let's see what I can do. This is kind of, I'm going to attach this better because it's really wobbling around. This is sticking. So let's put something here. But I still get nervous. Every time before I come on, I still get nervous. I don't quit, of course, but I still have a few flutters in my chest. My heart races just a little bit. And then it calms down. Once I start talking to y'all, especially, you know, now that there's a few of you who show up all the time, and it is so incredibly awesome that y'all show up. Suzanne and Elaine and Terry and I'm sorry if I'm leaving anybody out, but it makes a difference when people show up and you develop a relationship with them and you develop a friendship with them. They could be across the globe, and it's just incredible. All right, so I'm going to put another one right here. This is so cute, y'all. Okay. So let's see what kind of goodies I've got. All right. Here's my goodies. Hey, Ronnie. That's okay. Appreciate you being here. Well, I'm glad you find him entertaining. Just talking about my dog, Jack. He's whining. So anybody who's never joined or watched before, I have this dog. He's an adopted dog, and his name is Jack, and he is a female owner dog all the way. And when I'm upstairs, he's got to be upstairs, and he's whining. Every time we start, he starts whining. All right, so we're going to just play around with this and see where we can put a few pieces. I may not use everything. So I got these clovers, and they were ornaments. They had the little ornament hanger at the top or the bottom, and I pulled it out. And so here's another tip that I learned a long time ago, is when you're cutting your wire stems off of your florals, hang on to your wire stems, the extra that you cut off. Don't throw them away. So what I've done is I've hot glued a piece of wire stem in this clover, and that's what I'm going to use to attach. Now, it kind of has a blunt end, and I don't have a steel pick machine yet because that would have been ideal, but I'm just going to set them around, and I will come back tomorrow and hot glue them in place. So you'll get an idea of just how I'm going to lay them out. Kind of like that there. And I have 7 of these clovers, so we'll see what we can do with them. I have more, so I can make more tomorrow if I need to, but I just don't have them now. I like them, though. I think they're cute. Hey, Terry. So when you're decorating, embellishing your wreaths, think about your customers and or yourself. You know, do you have stairs that lead up to your door? Are people going to see the side or the bottom of your wreath? Are they going to see the top of your wreath? Do you live in a downstairs apartment in the city and you're going to go down the stairs to get to your apartment? Are they going to see the top? Think about all of the directions that your wreath can be seen, and you need to embellish all of those directions. If somebody is coming up the stairs, you're going to need some stuff on the bottom. If they're coming in from a side, you're going to need stuff on the side. So you don't want to put everything on the face. You want it to be completely around everywhere. So probably one up here somewhere. So I'm not sure I'm going to put any more of these. I like that one. I'm not sure if more than one will be just gaudy, or I'll set them around here for a second. We'll see. Don't want to put it in. If I'm going to use more than one, I want to use 3. And I like the placement there. So I may just use that one. I do like the black. It's kind of pulling out the darker colors here and the black in this ribbon. I can always put it down here to the side. That would be okay. Down here on the bottom. And then maybe one over here. Yeah, that would be okay. Something like that. All right, so I'll do something like that. I'll probably use 3. Susan says she walked away for a minute and her cat stole her chair. Cats, they're funny creatures. All right, and then I've got these 4-leaf clovers that I want to spread around. So let's see what we can do with them. Let's just cut some off. Poor Jack. He's just whining. Okay, so I've got, let's see if that'll move. Yeah, that'll move. So I'm gonna actually push that up. So I've got 2 choices here. I can either cut this off and make 2 out of this, because this is mobile, it moves. Or I could just push it up to the top and then just have a fuller area here at the top. It's all right, buddy. You're okay. We'll go downstairs in a minute. So I'm just going to start placing these around, and let's see what they look like here. It's cute. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, buddy. Go downstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 of them. Or 10. Oh, there's 6. Yeah. So there's something about greenery. When you start putting greenery in your deco mesh wreaths, it just starts to come alive. Thank you, Karen. I'll catch you in one of your videos. Shh, 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 Jack. Go downstairs, buddy. He's nudging my leg, y'all. Golly. Mama can't get no peace. So I'll probably put that one in there somewhere. Let's cut this down a little bit. Animals, I tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, something like that. All right, you guys, I think that's about it. What do y'all think? I think it's adorable. So I'll come back tomorrow and be decisive and hot glue all this stuff in. This mic could be over here. I found another one. Yeah, something like that. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Again, I'm Jamie Shahan, owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths. You can check out my Etsy page. That's where I have all of these beautiful things for sale. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Susan. If you guys don't mind sharing, that would help me out greatly. Tell all your friends. You guys, I really appreciate you joining. It warms my heart that you guys show up every time. I just can't believe people show up every single time. It's awesome. Thank you for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next video. Appreciate you. Bye.